Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today is Monday, February 24th, 2025. And it's the last Monday of the month, guys. Last Monday of the month. And honestly, like, I don't know about y'all, but this month flew by. Didn't fly by, but it was a bit faster than, I thought it was gonna be like. And even though it went by a bit faster, we're still here. We're still trading. We're still committed. We're still doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm proud of y'all. Like y'all been here, almost the whole time. Y'all have actually been catching pips. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I've been catching pips. So today we're gonna be going over a lot of the different pairs that we have here: EURUSD, GBPJPY, USDCHF, gold, and silver. But before I dive into the markets, let's talk about one thing. What are the markets and who controls the markets, guys? One thing that we must understand, I saw this video today, guys, that events can have a traumatic or can have a some sort of um it can trigger the markets some way, somehow. A lot of times, obviously, we're gonna ignore news because news is just an excuse for them to move price action. But if you guys didn't know, current events that are happening right now actually have an effect towards the market. I like, for example, right now, guys, I don't know where gold is about to go because I don't know if you guys are informed, but they're actually going to go this year. What they want to do is that they want to go ahead and count the gold reserve. They want to go check the gold reserve of the United States. Look, I'm gonna show you the gold reserve of the USA So they actually want to go ahead and check this out, which is right here. They want to go ahead and count it and audit it, and they actually want to check how much gold is there. Is that gold that they have there? Is the gold that they have audited the same one that they're looking into? And something that got me thinking is, what is that? What effect is that going to have on gold? What effect is just those things, like, for example, those little moves, even though we don't focus on the news, but it's those events that like, for example, when COVID happened, gold went crazy, guys. When COVID ended, when Trump got elected, when all these things happened, the markets just moved. And right now, with there being barely labor within the United States, or there being the need of the workforce, the country being divided, it's you guys gotta actually use that as a way to start looking for opportunities. Don't look for the negative, look for the look for the stars in the dark. You know what I'm saying? But without much to say, let me go ahead and clear out. Okay, so I'm actually gonna keep this one right here. I'm explaining in a second. This was the chef trade that we took, guys. I don't know if you guys took the chef trade with me that day, but guess what? We actually ended up collecting pips. Did any of y'all took this trade? Did any of y'all took this trade? Because this was a trade that I gave to y'all in a call. We got on it, we looked at it, we marked it up, and we took it. You know what I'm saying? Like this smaller trades, like Chef. If you guys are gonna be taking one pair with me, take Chef or Euro USD, the lowest pairs that we have, and they're actually gonna be right here. And as you guys can see, the pairs actually keep getting more volatile as they keep going down. But Chef was a beautiful move. I'm actually gonna get delete this one. GJ Gold. Actually, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me just go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna just pull out because I'm in this trade, but by looking at the market's kind of giving me some sort of information. So what? Guess what? Your boy is about to pull out of this trade. Honestly, a risk to reward still, a good risk to reward. It's still pretty good. So yeah, sometimes what you need to realize is that when you're in this type of scenarios in the market where you're like, wait, that's three candles, or your confirmations start to hit you, because not only must you have enter confirmations, you must also have exit confirmations, guys. What are going to be your exit confirmations? What are the things that you're utilizing to exit the market? Because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of us talk all day long about having an entry, but we don't ever talk about having an exit. What is the exit that you're gonna be having towards the market? how is your market gonna exit? Does that make sense? Let me go to the 15-minute. Yep, the 15 minutes it's not even moving either. So I'm gonna just exit it. And I literally exit a trading from y'all. So y'all can see that it's okay. Like it's okay to exit trades. It's okay to not ride a trade if you don't feel like it's gonna keep going. It's okay to break even. It's okay to pull out of the market. It's better to pull out of the market with about, let me see, with about 60% of the win of the trade, in profits instead of not pulling anything out. Have you ever thought about that? Like, it's better to pull out, like, for example, yes, even though that candle, like looking at this candles, okay, like the 15 minutes telling me a different story. But remember, we're higher time frame traders. Yes, this, like, usually when I see three candles following each other for me, and also this area right here didn't break above that one. So that was already, a different sign for me. But look at this one, guys. Like this one, they is thing though. Silver, they ended up doing its things for 85 pips. But with that much to say, let me get started. But how are y'all feeling though, Miss Kathy? Roshana, how are y'all feeling? Cause y'all some of the most y'all be plugging in, y'all be understanding trading. How has trading been for y'all? Like how is y'all journey with trading going? Like from the scale of 1 to 10, how would you say that your journey trading, like Cafesito has helped you understand trading, you know? See, I think I'm gonna go to, we'll say that. No, I think I'm gonna go with this one right here, honestly. So I'm gonna go with this daily right here for Euro USD. Number one, I'm not going for this one right here. Why? Because this is how this daily would have looked like. Does that make sense? That for me, that's a huge base. Also, if we understand I, all a wick is, and I want y'all to understand this on daily time frame. When there's a wick in the daily time frame, that's where they drove the price in for a reason. When y'all see a big wick like this one, y'all see how the market, like when they wick this out, the market went back up and then you actually push into it. Y'all have to understand that when there's a wake like this one, what the markets essentially wanted to do is essentially going to end up pushing towards that area because the simple fact that that's attraction. That's actually, if we look into it, that's liquidity that the market left behind. With liquidity, essentially, it's where price action got pushed into. So that's the area that we have. That's the first area. And then the second area that I'm looking at, honestly, within the daily time frame, it will be this candle right here. So this candle right here, I'm looking at it, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Why am I looking at that one and not a lower one? The reason why I'm looking at that one and not a lower one, it's because that's the last area where the market left from. Not only that, but if we understand market structure and we understand what, like, how the market moves, we can see that the market's what? Just pushing. That's why this will be that area. If they push into it, they can essentially come into it as a wick and then essentially just push up into there. So that's how I look. You want to see this as a or that could have been the daily area that they left from already. And if we actually get closer and closer within the market, we can see that that candle right there doesn't have a wick. And if we don't see a wick in the daily, that's just a big, big attraction point for the market. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a little slide or like an avalanche to the downside and then just starts to spike up, to go and pick up this liquidity right here. Because if we go to a smaller time frame, we can see that there's liquidity right there. Now we're in the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we look for one thing in specific. And the thing that we look for in the 4 hour, it will be the area where we're looking at floors and ceilings. Not only that, but we're looking at potential areas where we can enter trades. Not when are we going to enter trades, but potential areas that could help us understand where can we enter the trades. Does that make sense? Can I get a one more if that makes sense, guys? So within this though, what you have to understand is you have to find areas where the market has been previous resistant or previous floor. Like if we look at this candle right here, um, That's the one right there. So that's the candle right there. Number one, why is it that I want to see this area right here? Because they have drove price into that area so much that there's so much liquidity created into it that I wouldn't really mind even if they push it all the way to down here and they come in and they pick up all of this liquidity before they leave. Because if we understand, if I go to the 1 hour, we can see that there's liquidity there that they can potentially push into, and we could potentially see a spike of the market. Honestly, this is gonna be a great trade idea for y'all. To enter. If y'all want to go ahead and enter, these are the two zones that I'm looking into. These are the two zones that I'm looking into. Why am I always giving y'all two zones and not one? Because I'm the type of individual who understands that a lot of times we may think that we miss a trade because we have gotten used to the smaller time frame mindset where where it hits one zone and you're gone. Nah, but when you look at it in the bigger perspective, the way we look at it in here in Cafecito, we understand one thing, that the market is gonna come back, and when the market comes back and rejects, that's when we take the trade. If we look at this, guys, I wouldn't mind even if we look into it, the market could potentially turn into the 38.20 area. So I think that's a good area that y'all can take advantage of, 38.20 area. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at, honestly. Think that's a stronger one because I wouldn't mind if she actually push into it and goes and pick up that liquidity right there, right here and right there. Does that make sense? Can I get a one more mind in the chat if this makes sense, ladies? Can I get a one more mind in the chat if this makes sense for both of y'all? If y'all working, then y'all good. Then you don't have to drop the one more. But Miss Kathy, I hope that's making sense for you, sis. Because even if we see the market like right now, a lot of people may be getting in buys, but we have to remember one thing. The market is gonna come back for retail traders, people who got into these areas, because there's people who bought right here thinking that the market was gonna be gone already. The market's gonna push back one more time to take them out, and that's when we're gonna take advantage of it. And this is what I want to see essentially. I want to see the market push into this zone, push back, push maybe into this zone, and then from there take advantage. So you have a couple areas that you can take advantage of. And then we're talking about where are we going to be taking profits to? Honestly, if we look at the next area that we can potentially be taking advantage on, it will be this area right here. That one right there, that's a 4 hour ceiling. So it'll be a good area to take the market to. So I'm gonna just 4 hour. Uh, that's how I spell ceiling, right? I'll be forgetting how to write down that word, guys. But yes, the 4 hour ceiling. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they push it into that area. Just give me 1 second. There. Yeah. So that's the area that I want to see them to push the market into. If we look at the overall from daily towards daily, we can see that we can see that the 4 hour ceiling is actually in between in areas at a good area, just because the simple fact that even though, let's say, the market pushes up, and this is something that we must start understanding, like what if the market, like those what ifs, like if the market pushes up, it can essentially come back down, and then that's when we take advantage, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that this is a potential, market, setup that's happening. And I might just do the last few things, which is write down where I see the liquidity at. Tú eres mi amor, mi alegría. My bad, guys. I'm just so excited. I'm so pumped up to actually be here with y'all. Like, it's a blessing when I get to sit down and actually help y'all understand the market, because I remember when I first started trading, like I wish I would have had cafecito or calls in the nighttime when I had more time, But it was just one educator, which was Mr. Oren Wright, amazing individual, but he didn't really trade it with the naked eye strategy that I like. And I like to be a naked eye trader. Number one, I don't have to depend on a on some sort of indicator, on some sort of AI. Well, AI can help you. Essentially, that's what I'm grateful for the company that we're with. But the reason why I like to naked eye trade, because I can just see the market like from the top, like without having to the need of help and things that matter. So that's how naked eye trading. I think that's how I've always loved naked eye trading. Okay, let me ask you this: is the market in a downtrend or is it in an uptrend? Is chef in a downtrend or in an uptrend? I think this one should be super easy for us to see. We're no, we are in a downtrend. So mind it, this is a daily time frame. This is not just your regular, you know, this is not just your regular time, like this is not just your, oh, that's crazy. That's what the market pushed up all the way up there. This is not just your regular, trade, like your regular time frame. This is your 4 hour time frame, you know? So we are in a downtrend, ladies. We are in a downtrend. Now, we're gonna go ahead and find our dailies. Number one, I already spot my higher daily, which is this area right here. That's the area that the market already left from. And now we're gonna look for my lower one, which is this area. Why is this area my lower daily? Because that's the last area where the market was essentially, it was supporting itself, that support area. Now I'm going to the 4 hour. And what I'm gonna do is find those areas where I can go ahead and take the sales, because that's what we're essentially in it. If we're in a higher time frame, selling motion, I wouldn't be looking into a, buying motion unless the market is actually giving me is wanting to switch its trend, because if we look at this, unless the market goes and closes above here, the last daily, you know, until then. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, let me see with Chef. I do want to see sales, but I see that, yeah, the market did. Oh yeah, this market is essentially gonna come for this zone right here, because if we see this, there's all the money right here, and the same thing happened right here within the daily. If you look at this right here, I'm gonna show you. If we look at this whole candle right here, okay, mind it, there was something here. Right there. It's not there no more. Why is it not there? Because the market had essentially had to go back for some of it. And then the market continue. Guess what? That's what I want to see the market push into maybe that zone back down. So I'm gonna keep this zone. Honestly, this trade right here might this the market might push into these two zones right here. Let's see, let me go to the 1 hour. Just make sure that I'm giving out the right zones. Okay. Maybe I do want to see the market push into there. And then from here, yeah, those are my two zones that I'm gonna be looking at the market, because the market is kind of in consolidation right now. In the 1 hour time frame, the market's in consolidation. That means we can see the market actually came into this area and then it stayed, within it. So we'll see if the market breaks consolidation. 15-minute wise, yeah, we can kind of see the little. Ooh, we might see some more consolidation getting formed. Yeah, unless she breaks above here. Here comes back down, and that's when we take the buys. Yeah, even right here. So those are the two zones that I'm looking at. I'm not gonna be, I mean, they're just, let me see how many pips is the difference between both of them. It's about a 34 pip different, that not that much. So yeah, keep an eye on that. So I'm gonna just do that, and then some potential, like let's say the market doesn't end up breaking above it. A potential buying zone would be this one. Potential buying zone if market breaks and close above 0.89968, no, 0.89960. So if the market breaks above that zone right there, actually like closes like all time, like if it's super strong, the market pushes above it, closes with a candle, pulls back down. When the pullback happens, we take the buys. Does that make sense? And that would just be the market breaking all this structure to come maybe for even this candle right here that it left behind with no wick right there. You see this candle right here? That can be a potential traction point. So okay. Candle with no wick right there. Yeah. So we'll see what the market does. That's gonna be our buying zone, guys. If the market does end up doing what it like, everything that we were just talking about. Now, where will we be selling if the market doesn't end up doing that? Honestly, I see the market selling from there. And how will I like to sell? Um, yep. What I want to see is push down, push back up, maybe into this zone, somewhere within this zone, and then the sales. Does that make sense? So either one of the two things can happen. Does that make sense, ladies? So this is the area that I'm putting in right here, where as we can see, the market has been previous right there. If we look at the market previously has held above there too. So we'll see what the market does within that zone. So let me see right here. Let me copy this. And let me just set it real quick. So potential selling instead of buying. I didn't say it right. Selling zone. If market breaks and close below. Okay, this is not above. This is below 0.89616. Okay, so we could potentially sell, push back up, and that's what I essentially want to do. I want to see a sell, push back down, and then like something like that. So we'll see what the market does. Now, honestly, I want to see it around this area, which is a much lower area. So right there. Oh, never mind. Wrong numbers. Man, I'm just over here. How are y'all feeling though? Like, can I get a one word of how is the day y'all feeling, ladies? Like one word of how is the day y'all feeling? Like, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm from top of looking at the markets this week. They look pretty good for, where is it that we're in with the economy, honestly. So these are the zone that I'm looking into, guys. Okay, now we're gonna go into GBPJPY. This is something another pair that I'm looking into, honestly. Let me just go put an alert on the Euro USD trade. Let me just put it somewhere here because what if I'm up still, or maybe tomorrow morning that I wake up, the market doesn't end up playing out. So Euro USD, uptrend or downtrend? Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? Up. Okay, Miss Kathy said that we're up. I mean, short term, I do see that up idea, Miss Kathy. Long term, I do see more of a selling motion. I'm gonna show you why. The market was going up, as we can see, but then what? Guess what? Market did this and failed to hold, pushed up right there. Guess what? The market pushed up. We may be seeing this little push, but that might just be like, this candle right here. So this green candle right here that we're seeing, don't count that as a closed candle yet. don't think that the market wants to just give us a little pushback because that candle hasn't closed yet. So what we want to identify in the daily, it's use the information that has been provided for us. Once again, this is my daily right here, that area where I want them to push the market into long term. And the area where we sold from, it was this area right here, you know. So I'm gonna be looking for, now I'm gonna go into the 4 hour. Let's see what the 4 hour has for us. Beautiful selling portion right there. So now I'm gonna look for those selling zones. Automatically, I can already spot this area right here. Um, automatically, I wanted to push the market into that zone right there. Yeah, right here. Automatically, I want them to push the market to that zone, and the market holds itself. Area number one. Area number two will be right below it. So this kind of will be the opposite in the year. So those are the two zones that I'm looking into. I forgot to use the Fibonacci on the chef and show you how the Fibonacci looks like within the chef. If we were to look at that retracement, which is, if we look at the last extension, it was from here to here. We can see the 50% Fibonacci is actually a lot more powerful. So we might see sales push back up and then sales. So we'll see what the market does, honestly. I'm not even pushing it like that, to be honest. I'm chilling. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday in the market's like, I'm not even, I mean, it's Tuesday. You can kind of say it's Tuesday, but I ain't even in a rush like that. To be honest, you just gotta go with the market with the mindset that, you don't have control over them. You gotta go into the markets with the mindset of, okay, you know, success comes to me with like an abundant mindset. Because if you're not with an abundant mindset, you're just gonna lose all the time. Trust me, every time I have lost, it has been because my mind has played with me. I haven't had an abundant mindset, and it's crazy, like, so we will see what the market gives us right here. So that's the zone that I want to see the market push into. We do kind of have like an imbalance right here too. So that's another reason. So in so that's another reason I want to see the market push into that zone. But if we were to look at the liquidity, we might see the market come all the way down here and sweep out this liquidity right here. That's the area that I want to see the market push into, honestly. That would just be a break of structure happening. So yeah, that I want to see the market push into this zone, and then I want to see sales from there. But we do have liquidity up here too, so just be careful with that. But that's the zone that I want to see the market push into right here. Okay, now we're gonna go to a pair that we all love, which is gold. Now gold she's just dirty, honestly. She's doing everybody dirty. Let me go put the Fibonacci up in here before we do this though. Mm. Yeah, look at that 23.60 period. Let's go. And it will do like the overall Fibonacci from zone to zone, I'll say. From down here all the way to up there. Yep. Look at that. So around the same area. Period. Let's go. Now let's go look at gold. Let's go look at the Goldilocks. Let's see what Goldilocks is gonna give us. Let's see what Goldilocks is gonna give us. So gold right now, it's like how I was telling y'all, like I don't really feel comfortable with gold lately because the simple fact that everything that's happening within the world, not only that, but within them having, with the reserve of gold that they're about to, do an audit on it. We gotta also think about that. So this is my daily zone. I'm not gonna be taking on trades until she breaks my 4 hour zones. We're gonna be looking into them in a second. You see, if we look at the overall extension, I may want to see like a retracement of about 50%. So around 50% is where I'm gonna put my next daily zone. I'm gonna just be following Fibonacci teachings, guys. I still gotta teach out the Fibonacci strategy, honestly. And it's not a strategy so much because Fibonacci is not a strategy. All Fibonacci is extra hands, extra help, you can kind of say. Let me see. Yeah, I don't like that, honestly. It's too much of a zone. I think I'm gonna put it all the way up here. I think we might actually see her push into the zone right here. So I might just put her right there because of that last area. Let me see. Yeah, I don't like it, so I'm gonna just put it back down here. Um, I mean, right now, what matters to me is that the market sells off. Like the low daily area is so far away that is not even really my concern right now. What's my concern? It's finding potential areas, Um, yeah, until the market breaks below here, I'm not gonna be looking into no sales, no buys, no nothing. I'm not looking at nothing until the market breaks this 4 hour zone right there, that 4 hour floor. And mind it, I'm looking at the body, not the wick, not where they drove price into, but where they closed price at, because there's a big difference right there. So 4 hour floor, we go to that 1 hour. Yep. So honestly, until they break that 4 hour floor, like how I was telling you, we're not gonna be taking no trades. Um, yeah, and she has to hold herself like below here as well. So I'm gonna just see what she does. Um, Now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna find the same way that we did with see the same way we're doing with I think chef, the same way. So this could potentially be your selling. I'm gonna just give you the selling potential selling zones. Okay, potential selling zone. It breaks below. If the market breaks below 2938, 2938.35. And then I'm gonna just kind of like we're gonna do that. And yep. So until the market breaks below here, like I was telling you, yeah. So what I want to see is the market come down, break, push back up, and then yeah, that's where I will be taking that sales. So it's either gonna be that zone right there, or it's gonna be this one here. So potential selling. So potential. So that's on the like potential. I might just put selling and buying because if the market does end up pushing back up, breaking above there, we can potentially be seeing something like that happen, but we will have to see that area get rejected one more time. If we can see this right here created liquidity, and what liquidity does, it attracts the market into it, so, and we're only going by 4 hour liquidity now, by the way, guys. We're not looking at no smaller time frame liquidity. So like that's all liquidity right there. So I want to see the market maybe come down and take out all that liquidity that the market has stored right there. Okay, so that one, all this area is liquidity at this point. So see, let me just fix it because it looks like. So once again, until she breaks below 2938.35, I'm not gonna be looking at gold. Gold is gonna be off my radar, and I'm gonna be focused on the other pairs. Silver, Silver might be the answer to our prayers. Gold. Um, what? No, okay. Yeah, because look at silver. So silver is kind of like, gold's cousin. She be doing her thing too. So whatever silver it's heading into, we could potentially be seeing gold do the same thing. So I just use silver as a confirmation, guys. I don't really trade silver like that. Silver is more of a confirmation for me. Just confirms me where, I mean, honestly, silver already gave me that break of structure that I was looking for. So we might potentially be seeing silver push up a bit, which is what I want to see, which which we may want to see gold do. And then if gold rejects, that's bias as well, and y'all feel comfortable on taking that sales, then be my guess. But those are the two areas that I'm looking at with silver, honestly. See right here, because she already pushed into that zone once. So if she pushes into it again, I wouldn't be surprised if she does end up doing that. If she does end up pushing into it, it wouldn't be my biggest concern. The market pushes into there and then just sells. But if the market does pushes into here, sells, pushes back up, guess what? That's why I gave you another zone. So if I'm gonna just put those two as selling points, um, yeah. But we'll see what the market does. But yeah, those are the two zones that I'm looking at. Liquidity wise, there's all this liquidity right here that the market has to come and pick up. So see? Oh my God. Liquidity right there. And then we have all of it right here as well. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mind if the market actually comes up to there as well and takes out some of that one that's at the top, which is right here. Like if the market kind of pushes up, but then rejects down there again. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at. I'm gonna just do a little review one more time, real quick before we end it. So Euro buys, Chef indecisive, GJ sells, gold undecisive, silver sells. So, but yeah, for those of you guys in my YouTube channel, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.